Okay. Booty right, body all right. Let's see that face first. Hey guys, so recently I just finished the Steelrising beta, and by recently I mean like within the last 5 minutes or so. So I kind of wanted to give like some of my first impressions on it, how I feel about it, and the direction that it's going. I think that we're using the word beta a little bit loosely because, I mean, the game releases on the 7th. This is the finished product. This is a glorified demo, you know what I'm saying? Now, full disclosure, I'm not like some type of Spiders fanboy. I know I've seen a lot of comments of people talking about how great Greedfall was. I played a little bit of it when it was on Game Pass. It might still be on Game Pass, but and I don't have a very valid opinion on this. I only played like 30 minutes of it, but I felt like that shit was jank as fuck. So, I'm kind of getting the same vibes off of Still Rising, if I'm being completely honest. But let's talk about some of the good things, some of the bad things, and then I'd love to get some feedback from you guys, maybe how you're feeling about it so far, or what you think of the gameplay footage you've seen. So let's talk about some of the positives first. There's some really unique and interesting enemy designs. There's this one robot in particular. He has like 2 wrecking balls for hands. And his movements, especially when you get around behind him, are so fun to watch. The first time I watched, I actually got a little bit giddy. I was like, yo, like this shit's pretty live. The era that the entire game is set in, you know, it being like a French Revolution thing, and there's like an alternate universe where there's talking robots or automats as they call them. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. And Spiders has a pretty decent track record of creating like unique storytelling elements. There's also like some pretty unique gameplay elements like their alchemical effects. It's not that it's unseen, but it does add a little nice twist to the Souls-like genre. You know, you have like your petrification grenade, which when you throw it twice on big enemies, it will allow you to do like a big wind-up hit that does pretty decent damage. You have your lightning grenade, fire, etc. Basically, it's just like damage over time type stuff. But they have like a kind of cool looking effect on them, and you know they're fun to use. They're pretty devastating. I haven't seen any way to craft them yet. It seems like it's all just like picking up these items, which I think they should totally make a way to craft them, or at least at some point have a vendor for that. I don't see how they would not. And two positives. That feels like enough positives. So let's talk about the bullshit. So this game is jank as fuck. Texture popping in throughout. I had frame rate issues. I'm playing on the PS5, by the way. Enemies, literally, like you'll run over them after you kill them and they just stand straight back up. I haven't watched any other gameplay videos of people, so I don't know if they're also having the same issues or it's just me. But it's pretty rampant throughout. This is not a polished game, just like Greedfall. They have, when it comes to technical abilities, they are not yet there. You know, I think that they probably will get there, but definitely not with this game. But I think the next important thing to talk about, and this is my main gripe with the game, is the actual flow of combat itself. I feel like it's a step back for the Souls-like genre. It feels very Dark Souls 1-esque. And what I mean by that is, well, there's no shield, so it's not like block and poke, you know. Instead, it's dashing behind the enemy to try to get your hits in. You know, it was great in Dark Souls 1 because of the time frame that it came out. But like you just had Thymesia that came out with the fast, fluid combat. You know, the world sucked, but that combat more than made up for it. And then you get Still Rising, you know, a month after, and it's fucking clunky, slow. It's just not very good. And speaking of clunky, I mean, when your main character walks around and it looks like she's fucking floating the entire time, like her heels almost like never touch the ground. I don't know how to explain it other than showing you it, so I'm gonna show you it. But I don't know why they made that design choice. And some of these things that I'm complaining about feel like they're just going to be written off by design choices. But I think that it's kind of fucked up that they made this a closed beta. I think they should have had full transparency on this. This should have been an open beta because, again, it's not a beta, it's a demo. And they should have allowed people to vote with their money, once the full product's out. Because if I could go back in time, I would have saved my money. But, I've already purchased it, so I'm going to review it and all that good shit. But I just feel like if right now you are waiting on something to scratch that soul's itch, that right now you are not without options. You could always turn back to Thymesia if you haven't played that yet, or if you're in between both of them. You have Wulong Dynasty that's coming out, Lies of P. I mean, these look like they're going to be great alternatives until we actually get some Elden Ring DLC. I don't think that this is going to be it. Again, this is just my impressions based off the beta. My character playthrough that I played through the beta with was the Unga Bunga build, the strength build. In fact, I put all of my points into strength, which was kind of fun, and it's probably how I'm going to actually play the full game on release. But I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts and opinions on it, whether or not you've played the beta or you've just watched gameplay. And let's start the discussion.